Cup of joy, sparkling, gorgeous smile. Kind heart, sweet vibes, one of a kind. Beautiful gray eyes captivate, can't look away. She gave Daisy danger in her play. Cruel charm, sweet voice she tames, till she no longer needs you, switching lanes. Trashed in toss, hearts beware. Kuppa joy loves a snare. She's a siren in the game, lures you to the flame. Smooth operator, ain't no shame. Butterfly in daylight, shadow at the night. Her dual nature, yeah, it bites. Kuppa joy, sparkling, gorgeous mind. Kind heart, sweet vibes, one of a kind. Beautiful gray eyes captivate, can't look away. She gave Daisy danger in her play. Cruel charm, sweet voice she tames, till she no longer needs you, switching lanes. Trashed and tossed, hearts beware. Kuppa joy loves a snare. She's a siren in the game, lures you to the flame. Smooth operator, ain't no shame. Butterfly in daylight, shadow at the night. Her dual nature, yeah, it bites. Cruel charm, sweet voice she tames, till she no longer needs you, switching lanes. Trashed and tossed, hearts beware. Kuppa joy loves a snare. Can't escape her spell once you're in her zone. Drops you cold-hearted, leaves you alone. Masquerade of kindness, disguise of delight. Joy in the morning, dawn by midnight. Keep your guard up, gotta watch your back. Kuppa joy loves an emotional attack. Sweet temptation, tangled in her trap. Playing hearts, no looking back. Cruel charm, sweet voice she tames, till she no longer needs you, switching lanes. Trashed and tossed, hearts beware. Kuppa joy loves a snare. She's a siren in the game, lures you to the flame. Trashed and tossed, hearts beware. Kuppa joy loves a snare. Can't escape her spell once you're in her zone. Drops you cold-hearted, leaves you alone. Masquerade of kindness, disguise of delight. Joy in the morning, gone by midnight. Keep your guard up, gotta watch your back. Kuppa joy loves an emotional attack. Sweet temptation, tangled in her trap. Playing hearts, no looking back.
Hey chat! Here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna go on Discord real quick, okay?
You alright?
Hey.
What's with the air ride siren?
The what?
There's an air raid siren going off. Or there was. Dunno. Want to lift back to your car?
Yeah.
Alright, jump on the back then. somewhere.
Hey chat, how's everyone doing? I thought he was giving me a ride, guess not.
The hell? Gotta be a lag then.
Chat, I'll take all these markers off in a few minutes. Sorry about that. Guess Tony's not back yet.
No, I'm going to eat. Bloody maggots. Ah. They're probably gonna move on. I didn't jump high.
Oh, my vehicle's right here.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was yours.
Do you want to meet at the trader?
Yeah, I'm at the trader, mate.
Okay. Let's see. We go through here. Oh, little lag there. Go through here. Oh, I need to eat some food. Look, my food is yellow. I didn't even notice that. Oh look, somebody bought a bus. Oh my god, look at that truck. Holy smoke. A big truck. Okay, let me check on that stand real quick. One time I found a blister pack right there. Yeah. Ah, darn. Go underneath here. Chat, it's Friday night. It's still early here today. I mean, for Friday, it's still early. Everyone's like getting rich on the server except from us. Look at that. Somebody already has a little bird. Is this... Oh, no. selling that. I'm just moving stuff over that I'm not selling. Oh no, I'm gonna sell that. Let's go sell our stuff. Sell that. Hey, agent. Rum and Coke? Is that what you're drinking? How are you doing? Sell that. Sell this one. Okay. Yes? Okay. How was your day? Did you have a good day? Go. So all that. Oh, good. Yeah, I just got started. We just went to loot where the black market used to be. Sell that. Sell this one. So I'm just selling a bunch of stuff that I don't need. This is the boring part. Yeah, the dayz, well, I've been playing for maybe about a year, but, yeah, but not every day. How about you? Do you play dayz? Oh, you have never played on a PC before? I've never played on an Xbox before. dayz is my only game, the only game that I play too. Is it hard playing on a
Alright, so what the fuck is this thing?
on a on an Xbox. I'm just making sure my clothes are all pristine. Okay, just my shoes. Okay, let's go get the rest of the stuff and see if we have anything else to sell. Let's see. Selling that. Selling that. That one. I would say cabinet. You know what? I want to see what that looks like first before I sell it. Okay, I'm gonna sell this globe. I already have one. I'm selling these. Not really, because you can hook up a keyboard and mouse. Oh, okay. Never played Xbox before, so I'm just gonna mute this because it's so loud. Look at this guy's pants. He has like tights on. Yeah. Okay, we're selling this one and this one. I don't want to sell anything by accident. This lets you like sell everything, so even if you're carrying it. That's the bad part about it. You might accidentally sell your good gun and then you're like, poof! All gone. Static, do you need a gas mask?
I think I'm alright. I can buy all that stuff, can't I? 'Cause I've got some money now.
I actually have a, I looted one, so if you want it, I could just drop it for you.
Yeah, I'll have it if you don't want it. Just stick it in my pack thing in the bike.
Okay, I'll save it for you.
Before I do anything else.
Okay, we gotta put our money away. You know what? Do I need more ammo?
I've got a Cavari.
Oh, nice. Do you have a magazine for it?
I think I've got one.
Okay, I want to buy 308. Boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh yeah,
5.
Cavari 10 round, yeah.
Okay. Bought 5 boxes.
You bought action, I don't remember.
Okay. Let's see. I'll drop the mask right here for you. There you go, started. Right behind you.
Oh,
right
thank
there.
you.
Did I find a filter too? No, okay.
That was a successful wander round.
Oh, good. Did you find a lot of guns?
I found a lot of stuff.
Nice. Do you think the loot has increased or something?
Maybe. I know it's definitely respawning. Where you gone? Oh, there you are. Kuppa, have a look at this gunner I found. It's only a 5.56, but look at it.
Oh. I didn't like that gun right there.
On the floor.
Yeah, see if you like
Can you
it.
see
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it actually takes 100 rounds. If you could find one. Are you gonna keep it? Yeah, I'm gonna drop it. There you go. Nice. Yeah, there's I think 100 round mag for it. Yeah, there's 100 round mag somewhere if you could find it.
Ah. Yeah. You're trying to find it on yourself, are you?
No, I don't have it.
I don't want the gun itself. I'm just showing you it's a light machine gun. Instead of, you know, like just an assault rifle.
Let's see. Let's go deposit our money.
Got an AK-103 as well.
Oh, there wasn't? Okay, agent.
Oh, I need to get my gun off my bike as well.
Okay, I'm keeping that. I'm gonna sell this thing right here. This holster. I don't know. I'm like lag. It's like a little bit laggy here. Sell that. There. Well, I'm glad you dropped by,
look through what I've got now.
I'm glad to see
now
you.
I've got rid of some of the biggest ones.
Okay, I gotta sell these disinfectant. Which is this person over here.
I bet Tony's gone shopping or something.
Oh yeah, or else he ate and he sat down and, you know, sometimes when you eat you can't sit down because then you fall asleep. Okay, let's see. Hey, Silent. Oh, you charge your phone? How's your day, Silent? Agent's here too. I think everyone else is sleeping. They're on, but they're like doing something else.
Agent 477784
I
just
know.
followed.
I know. It looks bad, right? Agent. It looks bad. You're tired? Why are you in pain? Yeah, I'm gonna organize it as soon as I'm done selling. I think that's all I have to sell. Let's go double check. Okay, let's go in the car. At the car. Whose bus is this? Okay, everything here I'm keeping. You know what? I might as well keep this. Yeah, I'll keep that. Okay, keeping all this. So we need to organize at home as well, which is like stupid, you know. That's the part that's so like boring, you know. Whose bus is that? Is that his bus right there? Look at his bus. Look. Look at this guy. Okay, you know what I want to check? I want to check and see if I have, Need to, oh. I find I need battery. Yeah, I need to buy a battery. I hate locking this thing. It's like it's so sensitive. Like you gotta look at it like just right. You know? Okay, I need $100. Okay, I have money. Let's go buy a battery. You go buy. They died really quick. On my back most of the day, under my car, arms in pain, taking things apart, putting them together. Okay. Borrow, agent. You want me to borrow? Okay, we'll buy one of those.
Kuppa, can you come here a sec?
Yeah. I'm just buying a battery. Okay, I'm coming.
I just want you to hold my gun so I don't accidentally sell it.
Where are you? Let's see. Okay. Okay, how many? So I know.
Just that one. I just want you to hold that a sec.
Okay, I got it.
Because I've got another one on me and I don't accidentally sell the one that I'm using.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I usually try to put it in the car, but most of the time I forget, so it's bad. Let's go get a drink of water while you're there. I'm just at the well drinking water.
Hmm? Oh,
I'm
okay.
at the well, yeah. So when you're done, come over here. If you leave car running in first gear, and it will charge the battery. Oh, will it? Okay. You know what? If you leave the car, you can't leave the car though. You have to sit in there though, right? Because I noticed that when I left it, and I get out of the car, it stops. It stops, like the engine stops. It doesn't keep going, unless it. I don't know. I see people get out of their car and the engine's still going. I'll try it again. Maybe it was just a glitch. I'll leave it on first gear. But I have a charger at home, so. At home. At base. dayz base. This is not home, you know.
Where have I put my pistol? Oh, there it is.
Thanks for the follow, agent. I appreciate it. But yeah, let's try that when we get back to base.
Oh, I ain't even got a mag in that.
Okay, we'll put his gun here. I don't want to hold that. We have an extra one just in case. Deposit money. Look how much stuff I have to put away. So I have to put some stuff away, especially from the car. Somebody come log in and help me put away my stuff. I don't want to do the boring stuff. Oh,
Yeah, I ended up buying the
okay.
helmet
Okay.
and the night vision. Because the admin decided to respond while I was asleep last night.
Oh, okay.
And
so
then they closed the ticket.
What? Somebody closed the ticket on you?
Yeah.
How rude. So you just bought new ones?
Oh, I couldn't be bothered.
Oh, God. That's so awful. Awful. I hate that when they do that, you know?
No, get me gun back off you now.
Okay, let's see. There you go. Got it? It's on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I have to put stuff at my base, so I have to go to base and put stuff away.
Okay, cool. I'll be up here for a bit, sorting all the things out.
Okay. Come to my base if you need some food. I cooked some more steak up there.
All the foods again.
Yeah, there's plenty of food over there. I'll meet
Cool.
you there if you come by.
Okay, alright, see you in a bit.
first gear, like you say, okay, agent. When we get out. See how, like, you try to open it? I mean, unlock. So hard. Look, somebody just parked the bus right there. I mean, you know? Silent, you know what? You would have just ram it. Like, just ram it. I want to ram it so badly. Like, get out, you know? Dude. Get out of the way. You know? You can't just park your car there, you know, and expect people to not run it. I know, right? It's rude to park like right where he is. He's like on the road. The road does not belong to anyone. You could ram people off, right? Look, somebody chopped that tree. Agent, I don't think you came in to see my base yet. So I'll show you my base. Looks like you're still here. Oh, is that an airdrop right there on the right? Or somebody got that already? Is that a drop? On the right? That's a drop, right? Can I get up here? Oh, just stop here. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, fuck! Oh, sorry guys. I forgot to put in first gear. See? Please, nobody gets the drop yet. What is it? No! Ah! I got the drop already. They took everything good. At least a bear will show up or something, right? You would think. Is that a base right there? No. Yeah, there's nothing here. Ain't it? I don't see anything. Darn! I did it too fast and I wasn't thinking. We're gonna do it again when we get to base, okay? Put it in first gear, right? Slow down, put it in first gear, and get out, right? But what if my car goes into the ocean? We'll stop on the street. We'll stop. Look, this is somebody's base right here. They have a tent, 2 tents. Yeah. Wow. This is close to trader. Like really close. Wait. No? Okay, tell me what to do. So I put it on first gear. Okay, I go slow, and then I put it in first gear, and I what? Where's my vehicle? Oh, there it is. And then I come out. Oh. So it won't work? This car won't work then. Is what you're telling me. Oh man, okay. Well, thanks for the advice anyway. I'll be sure to remember that. Okay, I'll remember that for vanilla when on a server that has vanilla colors. First gear. Get out. Slow down, get out. Don't stop the engine. Don, I'm so sad we didn't get that drop. I was like, this is my first drop by myself. I missed. I know. You know what? I was gonna buy the remember selling that white truck that I have and you have that rides really well. On here it's like $2-something million. I can't afford it. I'm so poor on here because I'm playing by myself, so the money comes in so slowly. You know, when you play with someone else, then you could combine your money. This is why I was like, somebody else come in and play with me, please, please. We'll combine our money and get the nicer car. I do have a Harley though, but it's Robinson, only seats 2. Oh, I didn't know that, Agent. They did? Oh my god, no, no. Please, no. I don't want to get a... I don't want to get... No, chat. Okay, let's see if Blaze is on. Else I will have to push it. Maybe I'll be able to push it. Blaze is not. Okay, so I put it on neutral. Okay, and I'm stopping the engine. Okay. I can't get out. I have to switch seat. Okay. Get out. And then I'm gonna have to push it. Look. Oh my god. Almost. Come on, one more time. Let me push you. Let me push you. There! Haha! We got it! Used to be awesome, especially with boost. Used to keep her, so okay. Did you guys see that? I did so wow, right? So good. Remember I used to drive with my doors open like this all the time? I like having my doors open like this when I drive. Okay, so Agent, I live on this little island on the left-hand side. So I'm gonna park my vehicle here so I could run back and forth with my stuff. Sally, have you seen my base here? I'm gonna park right here. Okay. I do pretty well, huh? For like a you know, someone who what's this? Oh. Who don't know what they're doing. Right? Look at all those dead. Okay, so this is the beach and we live over here where I'm you know, this is like a little tiny island, and then right there where it says base, that's where Tony Montana lives and Static lives right there. Okay, I gotta put, okay, so I'm going to put this, I'm taking this, taking all this with this. And just double clicking. Can I take the sheets? Oh good, okay. Okay. So I'm leaving this and leaving that. Actually, you know what? Let me put this inside the truck. Close it. Open that. Darn it. Can't get the battery. There it is. Oh, wrong one. Get that battery. Put that new one in. Close it. Lock it. Across this. This little island is where we live. Oh, you should come play. Why can't you come play, Agent? Is it you have a PC? Can you play on a PC? Ooh, look, we got a spark plug. Yeah, Silent can't play either. Okay, here they come. Why is it? You know what? Tony said that. Is this 6 rag? Oh, okay. If I take this 6 rag. Oh, there's another guy. Oh, look! We got one of these cups. Ugh, I got stuck. Where's my backpack? Here it is. I gotta go kill this lady before she does something to me. Sometimes they glitch and they go inside the house. I know, Silent. I wish you could play. I would be like, you get in here right now. I know, I play all by myself. Hip is working on his server. So you need to tell him to keep doing that and get it done. So by the time you get your PC, it should be done, and then you can play. Okay, let's charge that. Is it on? Yeah, it's on. So So, okay, so it should be charging. Then I put the metal sheets here. I need 10 more. Hope nobody steals my metal sheets. Okay, this is my base. This is my bed. This teddy bear. Let's close this. Okay, now we have to just put everything away. Just the hard part. It's like, I'm not gonna enjoy this. Boring but hard. Boring part. Boring part. Okay, so these racks, I'm gonna make something out of that. I just open all of these, and then that way I could just start putting stuff in. Okay. So these goes in. I'm a loot goblin, so I would have a lot guns. Yeah. Perhaps even if I get a PC, you'll be lucky to see me once or twice a week for a few hours, but that'll be better than not playing. Yes, the PC won't be powerful as my last, but still play this. Alright, okay. Why won't I see you as often? Why is that? Are you working more? What's going on? I'm just organizing this so that when I put it in to the drawers is already organized. Okay. Because I'm usually at friends a lot. Okay. Okay. Well, tell your friends to play dayz. Get them all addicted. Get them all addicted to dayz. Medicine. And you need to play dayz is 8 big of RAM. Okay, very true, but I steal my other game, so I already here max of now 32. Oh, you play your other one? What other game are you playing? This is a fishing pole. Knife. Medicine. Yeah. Okay, let's go here first. And that, this goes here. Do I have any more tools? Tools, and building stuff. Building supplies and tools. Building supplies and tools. God, I still ain't complete Hogwarts yet. And BF 20, 42, and yeah, all them. Wow, you have a lot of games, huh? So you've been playing games elsewhere instead of dayz, you're saying. Not cool. Not cool. Stop. Silent. Fish, fish. A fish? Fish. I have 72 games, maybe 80. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Okay, medicine. This is the medicine cabinet. Knives goes here. Oh, this one I keep. Okay, this one goes here. I don't need two of those. This one goes here. Sewing kit here. Charcoal. That goes in the car. My longest kill shot on dayz is 1,467 with a Mosin PU. Oh, okay. Okay. Some of my stuff. Okay, this goes here. That goes. Where's my scope? Oh, I don't have any of this yet. That goes. There. 308 is here. Look, this is kind of a mess right here. Ammo. I need a box just for ammo, you know? I think that's what I'm gonna have to buy too, a box just for ammo. Cause look at this. Okay. This goes, I think, is in here. The weed stuff. Pokemon. Zero stuff. Okay. Okay. Head torch. I think I have one that's damaged. I wanted to replace it with. Where is it? Where's the head torch? In here? Nope. And this one? No. It's the last one I looked at, huh? There it is. Let's see. Okay, let's throw this one away. Open that. Put it in the... I need a trash can. I keep saying that, but I forget. Okay, let's put this back. There we go. I forgot to deposit my money. Which is like really bad because if I die, it goes with me. Okay. Let's put this money together down here. Okay, pristine, 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 pristine. Oh, no, my backpack is worn. Okay, it's more organized, right, Agent? I'm more organized now? Does that look better? Looks so much better, right? so much better. Okay, now I gotta put these away, and I haven't. There's a. So, open that. Vintage. This is the globe. I was gonna sell this. Oh, darn it. Okay, we gotta sell that. First aid cabinet. What does that look like? Okay, we gotta sell this too. I don't want that one. Coffee station. What does this look like? Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This. Okay. So, we're gonna put this. I want to put it next to my bed. Wouldn't that be awesome if we have it next to the bed, like we drink coffee in the morning? Here. Get up there. What the heck? Would it look okay here? It look weird, huh? It has to be like on the wall somewhere. Damn it. Okay. Darn it. I'm sorry. If we block this window, we won't have light, right? I don't know. What do you think, chat? I need this coffee. Where do I put this? Where do I put it? Look at my room. Where do I put it though, Agent? Where do I put it? Here? In the middle? Like, okay, so if people come in, they need a drink of coffee, right? Here? Or here? Here? Wait, okay. A, or B? Like, okay, so B would be like, probably like B, right? Like that? Or A or B? Okay, A here, okay. How you doing, Static?
Reloading mags at the trader.
There we go.
Standing about. I'm considering going to bed in a minute.
Okay. Did you get everything
Tony's
done?
taking his... I sold all the stuff that I didn't want.
Coffee cup, coffee cup, coffee cup.
Tony's taking his time tonight, Anna.
Jar.
It's really light.
I know, right? Is he even on?
Dunno. Can't see at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna take these coffee and see if they...
No, he's away. According to his computer, anyway.
He's not offline, is he?
No, he's got the moon next to him. He's idle. So he's gone away from his computer.
Okay. So this is thermal. We have
Either that or he has actually fell asleep.
Jar, coffee. So we have a jar, which we need... I have 2 cups over there by that little one. What do you guys think? Look, so far. Let's go first person. Isn't that cute? Let's go back. Cute, right? Cafe bar. Just work it out. New system will cost me 11 to 12. Complete.
I'm gonna have a look at the prices of cars.
Yeah, right, Agent. It's nice, right?
Before I log off.
Okay. Agent's gonna leave, so I'm all by myself. I mean, not Agent. Static. Okay, so we have. What is this thing right here? Oh, this is the globe. Okay,
God, there's a lot of cars.
Cause look, I already have a glow right here, right there. See, right there, that little glow.
What the boogie's like?
Right there. Okay. Let's go put this in the tent. Whatever I want to sell, I normally come out here and put it in my tent. Right here. This tent. So everything in here needs to be sold. So this globe. And first aid kit. That needs to go in the car. My food. Okay. That's done. You think so? Yeah, but I want to keep it. Don't you guys think I should keep it? Right? Look at my little kiddie pool. It's pink. And then when we get a boat, we have a space for the boat already. See, we have a parking lot for the boat right here. And if the boat will spawn there. I don't have a boat yet. Let's turn on our light. Hold on. Okay, we go here. If we look at it, party light and regular light. So see that regular light came on. And there's the party light, which is the Christmas light.
Get Mad Max's car.
Oh, what's wrong with his car?
You can get Mad Max's car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the Interceptor.
He's saying it's taking up inventory.
Hmm?
Who's selling? Somebody selling something?
Dunno.
Oh, somebody's selling something. Go fishing. Okay.
I'm in the car trader looking, but what's nice?
Close that. We gotta close everything so it doesn't lag.
You can get Mustangs as well.
Okay. Let's see. That goes there. I always feel like my inventory sucks. Oh, should I just steal a boat? I'm gonna get banned though if I steal one. Look at the teddy bear, see? On the bed. See how the teddy bear? Okay, so I wanna look at my some of my kit and see what you guys think. What else do I need to put on here? Okay, let's look at our kit. Watch. Okay, so in here I have a flat pack bed, but this bed
Didn't tell you how much Oh, dude, I'm gone. 10 by 100.
See this bed right here? It doesn't. See, you can't spawn it here, but it goes in the ground. But you can spawn it here. See? Look. You can't put it in your. So I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna leave this for now in here. And then this is a big safe. For sure, I'm gonna put it somewhere. I need that big safe. But where would I put this big safe? Look how big it is. Look. Where do I put it? I need this safe. Should it go here? Just don't know. It has 1,000 slot. That's why I need to put this up. Or I could just put it out here and put a code lock on it.
All these mad
Right
cars are going out. I don't know which one I'd buy if I had the money.
And then put a code lock on it. What do you guys think? I don't know. That's why I haven't put it in. Say that again?
I was looking at the cars. I don't even know which one I'd buy if I had the money.
Oh, which one? Oh, okay. Because if you're saving money, you want to kind of know.
So many different cars.
What about the one Tony has? That drives really well.
Oh, the BM.
Yeah, is that the BM? This is the military logger. where we had the.
Not sure what car I'd like though.
Look at this clock.
I want something with big inventory, right?
We want this clock too. Wouldn't it be nice, like right next to the bed? Like, right here, right? Like.
Oh well.
Okay.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna quit.
Cool.
It's half 11.
Right there. Okay, Static. I'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. Have a nice night, mate.
Good night.
See ya.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna tap out and exit Discord, okay? Okay. There. That way. So give me a second. Go. That one's done. Okay. So, I don't know. I know I want to keep this clock. So that's why it's still in here. Because I have no idea. And then the room divider. See these room divider? You know? I mean, where do you even put them? I'm not good at this stuff. Okay, this is a wall gun kit. I know for a fact I need this wall, but see, I have no more wall. I mean, where would I put it? See how big it is? This needs to go on the wall. This is where all my guns will go. There's no wall left. So I was thinking of buying, like, okay, we're gonna save money and we're gonna buy a tree house and put the rest of this in it. Look, I have a sewing. What the crap was that? Okay. Okay. That was weird. And that's just some of it. I have some more kits in here. See? Look on the bottom. Okay, wait. See? Small wooden shelf. Ancient bed. The workbench I need to put up. What does this look like? Oh, this table. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I have a few more. I do. I need him to come organize this crap. Well, it's organized, but I don't know how to put stuff in the. Like, I need another. They said I could put a tree house in, so I was thinking, look, and I could have another tent as well, but I was thinking to put the tree house right here. See, right next door to it, right here. Or right here, where I'm standing. Treehouse. I mean, I could put it right next to the tree here too, as well. You know. Look, it's charged already. It's full. My car battery is full. Okay, let's take that. Just in case somebody steals it. Oh, I was gonna fill up my water. Look at the wall with the blue cabinet thing. Okay, I'll go back and look at it. Look at my my horn. Look at this horn thing. It's a water container. You guys, so I'm making a well. See this thing right here? I'm making a well, but I think someone's gonna steal my metal sheets. So I think I should put my metal sheets in my tents, right? See these metal sheets? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this and put it in the tent. Because I need 4 mortar. and I don't have them. So. I don't need somebody to come and steal my metal sheets. We need to raise the flag. Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna steal it because these sheets actually sell for a lot of money, so I don't want someone to just... Because I've seen people run by my base, so I don't know where they're coming from, but I've seen one person like run this way like this because I was inside and I saw them through the window like this way. I saw them through this window right here. Right here. Okay, you told me to look at the wall with the blue cabinet. Blue cap, okay. What about this one? What about this wall? Oh, you mean put it on top of it? The gun rack? Gun wall? You know this big safe kit? I have 2 of these. Where's the other one at? Oh, here it is. Wait. Yeah, it's right here. And I have 2 of those. Let me close this. I have 2 of those. No, one's gone. Oh, I have 2 of those saved. There. It would. Or would I move that blue wardrobe though? To here? How come my stuff are disappearing? Big safe kit. I have 2 big safe kit. Where's the other one? Is it in here? Let's look in here. Oh, it's in here. Never mind. Okay, big wooden Okay, see this gun rack? It has a stand. So this one I don't need to put on the wall. So this one has a standee. Okay. So I could put this like right here. Or here. Or here. Here. Or here. I don't know. I can't decide. Put it here. In front of the fireplace. See, this is a standee, so it just stands. I know, right? I've been saving all this stuff because I just don't know where to put it. You would think I'd know how to decorate, you know? Room divider. Oh, here's the big safe. Good. Okay, so I do have 2 of them. Good. And I know for sure I need to put this up. This is the repair kit. I have to put this up. It repairs all my crap. Where does it go? Where does it go? Right here? Let's put it right here. Yeah, it's at the head of the bed, but is it even? Okay. It's touching that. You know, this side is touching it, and then this side is not touching it. See, there's a little gap right here. Oh, I have to redo that. Okay. Where's my screwdriver? Guys, I know. Okay, let's put this back. I like to put it back because I'm so absent-minded. And when I'll go, where's my screwdriver? Somebody took my screwdriver. Okay. Ah! Come on. Yeah, right there. Okay, now we gotta walk into it. Okay, let's see. Then walk back. Walk into it. Does that look even? Walk into it. Walk back. Okay, I think right there. Okay, let's look at this. It's right. Oh, there's a gap right here. Okay, but there's a gap right here too, which is good, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Okay, open that. Okay, what do I need in here? Wait, is it open? It's open, right? Repair station. Guys, what am I repairing? I'm confused. Close. Open. What am I repairing? Is there a direction here? Who's back? You're back, Agent. You're back. Yay. A grindstone. Yeah, but where do I put the grindstone? Where? There's no place to put it. Close. See? Okay, I'm gonna open it. Where do I put the grindstone? Where? Right here? I put it right here? Okay. Is this considered a grindstone? A sharpening stone? No? Oh, right here. Okay. What does a grindstone look like? Take a picture and send it to me. So I need a grindstone. Do you guys have a grindstone? Okay. Yeah, right here. Yeah, thanks. I found it. Okay, I need a grindstone. Somebody come and give me a grindstone. Okay, so that's there. Look at this shelf. Look how big this shelf is. I mean, you could put barrels in there. So I think I'm gonna put this in the treehouse. Okay, this is the workbench. I'm not building anything, so I don't need this. Agent. You're not. Okay, look at my gun cabin. Okay, this will make you happy. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 guns here. This one's all set. See? That one's all set. It's ready to go. This one is not. The PKP, this one's not, but I think one of the PKP is ready to go. Okay, so I'll close that. Then I have the rest of my guns here. See, look. I have, look, Agent, I have a M79, and I have one of these. What is it? Look, it's a, the gas thing, you know, you could put it in here, right? Yeah. And then shoot it into the, I was thinking, shoot it into, like, an area where there's a lot of people, and then they all die. Right? They'll all die, because this is gas. What do you guys think? That might get me banned, huh? Oh, here's the PKP. This one's the one that's done and ready to go. So this one's ready. Okay, so those are my... Anyways, yeah. Those are my guns. I need an ammo box, like ammo, like a barrel for ammo. And I'm thinking of putting it right here, where I'm standing. So I could put all the ammo inside. This one is just for my fire. So I put like, this is, okay. That's it. That's all we have here. Yeah. Oh, you like the Mosin? You know, I have to say, I have never shot a Mosin before. Never. Even on, vanilla. Look at my coffee cups. Look how cute they are. Where are they at? But for some reason I can't grab them. Oh well. Okay. And then this thing for some reason doesn't work. This it's supposed to load my gun for me. I'll close this. See, this is a gun loader. Open. The gun pump. So if you put your magazine here, and then the ammo goes here, right? It's supposed to load it, but it doesn't. Watch. I'll unload some of this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. Okay, there's 95. It's supposed to be up to 100. Then you put this here. See? You could hear the clicking. But it's still 95. Okay. Now put it back. See? It's like it's stuck or something. Yes, I'm sure it's gonna click on the mag pump to load. Should say load. I'm sure it's that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just put the. I don't know if it's a glitch. Maybe it's a glitch, right? It's not loading. We can't forget about our car. Our car is still sitting out there. and it's getting dark. I'll join Discord now to talk to you on that. Be easier to explain things. Okay. Let me look. Okay, I'll look in Discord. Hold on. Let's see. You mean voice channel? Are you doing voice channel? Okay, I'll join. Give me a second. I don't see you in there. Okay, tell me when you're in there. Gotta wait for silent. Let's go. Let me set up your gamma chat real quick. And tap out. Okay, yeah, are you on my Discord, Agent? Agent? Are you on my Discord? If you are, you're more than welcome to join us in the... then let me give you guys gamma. And then let me join Discord.
Wow, this makes it easier.
Yeah, you guys stop making fun of me.
Makes it a lot easier.
Both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent, especially you. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, does somebody have a something's not right. I could hear a echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah, that was my phone. Hang on, I just muted my phone.
Okay, okay.
Cause I still gotta stay on the chat while I talk to you.
Ah, okay.
I'm using me old Turtle Beach headphones.
Okay, what am I supposed to do, you said?
Oh, look at the mag loader and actually use the scroll wheel.
Okay, let me put my mag in there again.
He lost it already.
No,
Sure,
I
he lost the mag loader.
No. Shut up!
Yes, put the magazine in the magazine spot.
Okay, got
Will
it.
that work for
And
you?
then I put...
Don't unload the magazine.
I unloaded.
Yeah, you gotta unload it to actually load it.
Yeah,
But I can't remember if it's gotta be empty to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Put the put the ammo into the thing.
Yes.
In here, right?
Ammo in in inventory. Ammo inventory.
Right here.
I'm using simple terms.
Okay.
Yeah, put it in there.
Okay, it's in there.
Now look at the mag loader.
Okay.
It's not saying its usual thing anymore.
Okay, it's there.
That's weird. That's weird.
Close. Do I close it?
I can't remember how to use them. I had to figure this out before.
Open.
I played console, so I don't know shit about this.
Go back into the mag thing. Press the inventory button.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't remember how to do this crap. Ah.
What am I doing wrong?
Damn. Shit. You know, I wish I could remember, but it's something. It's something easy. It is.
Is it plugged in?
Ah, damn. It doesn't need any power.
Yeah, I don't think it's a.
Look at the mag.
Oh, okay.
No. When you actually look at the mag on the actual magazine loader itself.
What do you mean?
Because I have to remember how to do this. There's like 3 or 4 different types of mag loaders.
I think I have to take.
Yeah,
this
look at
out
the magazine.
To see the mag. Hold on.
Directly. I'll just do that.
Okay, there it is. I could grab it out now.
I don't know if it has to be empty. That's the problem.
Oh.
That's
true. It has to
I
be
bet she has an empty
completely
mag somewhere.
That's right. It has to be completely empty. Okay, let's empty it.
Cups, actually unload the entire thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna unload the whole thing.
We'll figure this out now.
Find like an empty magazine. That's probably your easiest bet.
Yeah, I think it has.
If she has any empty magazines.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I mean, she can just go outside and dump a mag. I mean, I'll empty it pretty quickly. Probably a lot faster. I mean, than what she's doing. But
I'm doing
probably.
it. I'm doing it this way. Oh, no.
Probably.
Okay. It's good.
Oh, check RL stuff real quick, Psycho. You will have a good laugh about that. About what I posted.
Okay. Okay. I can't wait.
That musket is 5'6".
Oh my god. Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Put the mag in
that
here.
I have a gun that's probably taller than Kuppa here.
Okay.
Indeed.
And 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
Yeah, put 5 loads of them in.
There.
See what happens.
There, it says 5. Close it?
Now, what? Don't touch anything. Look at the mag.
Yeah.
No, not in the inventory. Go out of inventory. Look at the mag. And see if it has like a see if you can scroll up or down on it.
Like that?
I tried to remember this shit. I haven't used a mag loader in like 4 months.
Maybe it's that green button on it.
Oh, there it is,
now,
right there. Look.
use the scroll button.
Yeah,
use the scroll button and go up and down.
Oh, it doesn't let you.
The scroll wheel on the mouse. Use that.
Yeah, it doesn't let you.
Click it up or down once.
Oh, but it says E. Hold. Oh.
No, you can use the scroll button to actually go through the menu.
Yeah, I am using the scroll button, but
if you actually scroll it, use the wheel.
I am. It's not scrolling. Yeah, see? It's not scrolling. Something's wrong with this pump.
Are you moving the scroll wheel?
Uh-huh. Yep, I am. Back and forth. Forward.
Damn.
Backwards. Yeah, it's not moving.
I can't remember how to do these. Hang on, give me a second. Then give me hang on.
3 people trying to figure out how to load this stupid map pump.
Hang on.
Just load it manually. Just load it manually at this point.
Yeah.
It's broken, huh, you think? I mean, I heard the sound, right? Did you guys not hear the sound? When I put it in, I heard the sound, the loading sound. Watch, let me put 20 in. Oh, there's a 65. You can't stack. Oh, there's 80. Okay. You can stack it now. Oh, the stack came back. Okay, maybe if I do 80 at once and see what happens. Okay, here's 80. Nope. Still not doing it.
You just realized that?
No, they took away the stacking last restart, and I guess they brought it back. Okay, I guess I can't use that. Stupid pump. This stupid pump.
Ah, crap. Yeah, cups.
What?
It needs power.
How?
I remembered.
Knew it. Knew it.
What? How do I get the
It needs
power?
power, or otherwise it can't work.
How do I get it to have
Called
power?
it. I called it.
So the only way to actually use it is if you actually connect it up with a cable reel.
Oh, I didn't buy a cable wheel because I have the solar. Okay, so I will plug the cable wheel
So yeah, at least now we know how they work.
to here, right? And then I would drag it.
I knew I'd remember eventually.
All the way to the house.
And I was right.
And then plug it in.
You was indeed.
Okay.
You was indeed.
Darn it. Okay. Well, I'll have to buy one of that and test it out. Does this make you guys want to play dayz?
Yes, it really does.
She didn't have a cable reel.
No, I didn't buy one because I was thinking, oh, I don't need one, you know, right? Why is there a sea chest in here? I took it from here.
I have no idea.
Why did I pick that up for?
She's gonna need like 2 or 3 cable reels just to get it around.
Oh, you think so? You think I might need more than one? Okay, this goes in the car also. Okay. I don't know if I should store this at base. Like have an extra one at base, you know? I mean, I can. That way I have extra at base, just in case. Okay, let's go to our car. I did lock the house, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, look at all those Zeds. They're coming out. Anything in here I need? Okay, nope. But I do need to deposit this money, I know that.
Caps, remember when you were on about that white truck to me?
Yeah, I want that white truck. Why?
Are you on about the 6-wheeler?
Yes. Right? Yeah, it is the 6.
Yeah, that's the Mercedes. This
No.
the AMG.
It's the no, it starts with the G. Gal
Yeah, it's a
event?
Mercedes G-Wagon.
Isn't it Gal something? Look at this guy.
That's a weird name on the game, but it is a G-Wagon.
guy look funny? I mean, he's like half naked. They never have anything.
He's at the beach. What do you expect?
I guess so, huh? Like these two. But look at this guy. He's in full gear. Oh. You know, I noticed that on this server, the Zero is so sensitive. You know?
The what is sensitive?
The Z, like they could heal you like really easy. Okay, look at this. Look at my Robinson.
They probably do.
Oh, see? There's another
Hey, I
guy.
don't sound so muffled anymore.
Yeah, you don't. Let me lock this real quick. There's usually good. There's something good in here.
You know you can just press I on the keyboard, right? And it actually locks the vehicle.
Mine's like you. It's you, right? Mine's you, I think.
Yeah, sorry, you.
Okay. Look, Silent. I found these shoes for you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, keep them for me. Hey, you know that Snipex you had the other day?
Yeah. The alligator?
Yeah, it's mine.
Is it? Do you know where it is? It's in my. It's in there, right? I still have it, right?
It's in the it's in the cabin somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I found that. I'm not using it, so if you come in, you can have that one.
Well, yeah, it doesn't come with the silencer, so you're not going to use it, are you?
Yeah. Okay, we have to go deposit this money before I lose.
And I'm a mad bugger anyway. I don't use no silencers. I don't.
This car has such a hard time turning. Like the turn is not smooth.
Welcome to the life of Fords.
Are they open?
The turn radius is not.
Oh.
Oh,
What's
especially
that
on
guy
Ford
doing?
trucks, or
Darn,
most trucks in general.
Darn, I missed that. I should
Oh.
have slammed into him. I just didn't see him. When we see another person, we're gonna slam into their car. Oh, okay. Get this, you two. Okay, so
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yesterday I was streaming. I think yesterday or the day before. Okay, I was streaming and I went to the black market and
I think it was the day before.
Okay, I did Alcatraz and safe rooms and all that stuff. Well, okay, so what is it? Somebody stole a gun from my backpack. The backpack that I was holding. And I help P2P players by taking, like, you know, double bagging. Like I'm holding a backpack and I have one on me. So I don't have any guns, but I'm just running with them to help them take the guns to the black market. And in return, that way I know the route and all that stuff, and so, you know, they get the money, of course. But anyway, somebody took a gun from his backpack that I'm carrying, because I put it down, and I didn't notice that it was gone. So it was gone, and it was funny because the guy that I was running with, he was saying, "Oh, I know who it is," and he was saying the name of it, and I'm like, I don't know, I thought it was someone else. And I looked at the replay this morning, and he was right, it was that same guy. And I was like, oh. And the sad part is that that guy actually plays a medic on here. It's like he's part of those staff members, so a staff member stealing from another staff member.
I'm not too sure. What are the rules on this server anyway?
No stealing. You can't steal somebody else's guns. And so
depends if it's in the rules or not.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that I'm streaming, so, you know, like everything was caught, you know, in stream, so he can't really deny it.
This is a PvE server?
Yeah, so you can't.
Yes.
Steal crap. Look, nobody's here. They all went to bed. Look at his gun. Is that an alligator? That's an alligator, right?
Yes, that is a Snipex.
Okay. Darn, he has an alligator. You have a big gun on you.
Oh yeah, an alligator.
Yes, that is very
It
much
makes a lot of noise.
It's bigger than you.
Probably a high tier.
Yeah, it's true that.
Does it is it just one tap on like the monsters?
I believe it is like if you want to kill the mutants, this one is mostly pretty good for it.
Yeah. What about the
But
alligator?
I guess
Have you
this
tried
one-
that one? With the mutant?
I didn't try it during the black market run because I bought it during the black market run.
Oh, okay. I see. Do you like it so far?
But it does a good job.
It looks really big. Oh, it looks really big. Hello.
Oh yeah, and it really makes
Caps, you
a
used to have one on
lot of
GI4.
noise.
I know.
fucking love it.
It
Hello.
might be different here, right? Isn't it different?
Yo.
Hello.
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 Okay, if you don't like the noise,
No, wait, wasn't it a 20mm on
Huh?
on GI4?
1 second, please.
Because on normal, like what you're playing
no,
now, it's
I like noise.
14.5mm.
I like
Now
cannons.
maybe
When
maybe
they
she don't like it. Okay, if you don't like the noise, so like this, it's one tapper. Now I set it on the red room.
Oh dude, the links. The links is
No, it's
fucking
not.
awesome.
No, this is the barrel.
Wait. What one is that?
Barrett.
Oh. Oh, the Barrett, yeah. True. That one's nice.
What, the
I
server
tested,
has a
I
power
tested
50
it
cal?
on a red room with aliens there, and it's one tapper.
Wait, there's aliens in the red
it's-
room?
Yes.
Now I'm in
Some
love.
kind of aliens, monsters. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been
And
in
there is a gas.
Oh, there's gas in red. Okay.
Yeah. And it's on Alcatraz, so you need at least one more good player with a good
I
weapon.
need to buy dayz for my PC.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go to Alcatraz in a little bit.
at this guy flying.
I don't believe it's that much on Steam.
Yeah, so,
It's
Like
insane.
$40, I believe.
oh, you was at the black market?
Yeah,
Damn.
I've been
Still
to
holding
the
his
black
price.
market once.
How was the run? Tell us about it.
Okay.
It was pretty stressful because I had a lot of lag, so it was stressful,
45
but
bucks.
like everyone that went with me was great. Like people protected my ass from getting
Yeah,
slaughtered.
did you maybe check what we can buy, like jacket pants?
Did you die?
I don't know
Did
how
anyone die?
the No, no one died. I don't know the price list exactly, but there's a
No,
lot
not
of
price
good
list.
shit.
What we can buy there? Is it the jacket with 100 slots or pants with 100 slots, like bowlers?
I know that you can get guns, special clothing and stuff there.
Yeah, that's special clothing. That is what I wish to. What is
Yeah.
special clothing? How many slots and how much? It's not. Yeah, I will check the prices. And
No idea.
thank you so much. You was with the group with like 20 people there, maybe more than 20.
I think around 12 people.
Sir or ma'am, would you
Okay, you have to pay to go there with
just
that people
give me
or?
some money? You just
No,
give me some money.
If you got
Very
guns
poor.
to sell, you can
Don't
ask people
want
if they're
to go
going
out
there,
and
and
hurt
if
myself, and I want to
if you can go with them,
Could you
and
give
if
me
they
some money?
say yeah, then it's probably good. I think most people
Okay.
don't really say no.
Okay, thank you.
Is that
so
a
much.
beggar back there?
Problem at
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
See you around.
This guy right here, I was gonna go
See
see
you around.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Your total lack of response is telling me no.
He's begging. See?
What? Hey, big guy at the ATM. Big guy,
Oh,
big
that
guy
guy.
who
He's
loves the
begging.
weed. How's about just giving
Hello.
me a little bit of money? Because I'm trying to get this rifle put together, and I
Buy a
just don't
Mosin
want to
for
go
like
fishing.
500.
Yeah, bro. Have to try harder.
Just buy a Mosin for like 500.
I'm out here trying to get a can of bacon. Just one can.
You need a food? You need a food?
Buy a Mosin off
Wait,
him
is
for
he-
like
Who needs
500.
food?
Is he?
That's a
Is
brilliant
someone begging
idea.
for food?
Hey, where do you sell
Why
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
At Pokemon Trader, I believe, but
Right on our left. I'm just watching people do stupid things.
need to have a full thing.
But like a full cards?
Yeah.
Right there. Right here. The Pokemon's right there on the left.
Where's it at?
Right
God,
here.
people on this game make me laugh.
Here. This guy.
Oh gosh.
Okay,
The
thank you.
funniest shit I've ever seen has been in DayZ.
I can't agree more.
I just stand here and like watch people do stupid things sometimes.
I spent
Wait, where did that
almost
beggar
the
go? Oh,
last
he's over here.
remaining bit of my money on this helicopter.
He's over here.
I have about $5,000 in my bank account.
Well, you know what? It looks good on you, fella.
I might be able to like give you something, maybe. I don't know. My inventory is completely empty.
No, not necessary. Not necessary. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I can give you a lift if you want to go somewhere.
If only you knew where to find someone who wanted to give me
Still
about
begging.
30 grand.
30 grand?
Ah,
I don't.
gun in my hand is worth 30 grand. Actually worth more than that.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Like, this is like a show and a half. Like, you just come here to the
I'm dying.
trader and... You know what I like to do? I like to put all my clothes inside my vehicle. Watch, hold on. Let's do this. Watch, I'll show you. Do we have any, No, we can't do it because we have too much stuff. But I like to put all my clothes in my vehicle and then run up here with just shoes. And naked.
You don't even have a vehicle. What are you talking about?
Naked. I have a vehicle! What are you talking about? Right here. This one. So I put on my...
Oh, you sold it, remember?
No, I didn't. I stored it. This is a virtual garage.
I'm only pulling your leg up.
I know it.
You guys are crazy. You're making me crazy. And then I come here naked. And then I like, my clothes! I don't got clothes! Somebody stole my stuff! Help me! Help me! Like that. Let's see if our friends on. Hold on, let me check.
Oh god, I missed winding you up.
Oh, they're not on. Cause I was like, if they're on, I would do it.
Box, I've got 5 boxes. You did?
Yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat if they're on. They're not on right now.
Gotcha.
They're on later, but I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna
Here you go,
pop
friend.
my clothes out, like, and then park my. I'm thinking
Hey.
I'm gonna park.
Oh, thank you.
Over here, you know, put all my stuff inside, except for my shoes, you know, because you can't bleed out, and then run into the trader and say, my clothes, I'm naked, help me, like that. That's what we're gonna do later, so you guys won't see it on here because our friends are not on. Anyways, yeah, I think that's all for me. I'm supposed to play some PvP tonight, but I don't know where the guys are that I'm supposed to play with are. I think they're still at work, so. Anyways.
Well, that would all be depend. They're probably on work.
Yeah, they're at work, and so I can't play with them. We're supposed to meet on a...
Well, we can't all be like you, Caps, where we're just, you know, playing DayZ all day.
Yeah, playing DayZ, you know, having fun. Not a care in the world. Come on, that's the life, right?
Actually, yes. I used to play DayZ every day.
Yeah.
For hours and hours on end.
You did. You play every day like me. Right? Like, actually, you know what's funny is you guys would come in, and then you and what's his face and Hip, the 3 of you would like do your stuff without us chicks, and then we would have to like tell you guys, hey, wait up for us, you know.
And then I used to steal you off Hip like quite a lot of times.
Hey, is there something you guys want to see on here before I logged?
Probably not.
See the outfit that he has on right here?
Not really.
That's the gas outfit. Like, so, you know, that's like really...
Yeah, the hazmat suit.
Yeah. So he's like, he can go into gas and he doesn't need a filter ever again.
He has an unlimited filter.
Smoking's bad for you.
Well, he's not the only one with an unlimited filter. You do too.
Right? Look, he's smoking.
It is.
See? Look, he's smoking. Look at this guy and go. Hit that beggar laugh.
All we need now is a guy in silver and one in bronze.
Yeah, that everyone laughed. I think the beggar laughed. Anyways. Let's go.
What was he begging for?
Money. He wants everyone to give him money. 30k. He needs 30k. I don't know what for.
Holy crap.
Yep, that's right. 30k he said. Oh.
No, he was wanting a can of bacon.
Let me see if I could find my song for us to let's see. There it is. Let me do a buy. And let's see. Let's do what's Joy? Oh, what's this one?
Joy plays dayz, don't go AFK. Back from the loot, you've got no sway. Freshie in the mix, she's a shadow in the fray. Goods gone, proof vanished in the game's display. No loving code, she's a thief in this virtual sphere. Zigzagging through pixels, she's a worse fear. No heart emojis here, just a digital smear. Taking down noobs, the queen of this frontier. Joystick blues, caught in her snooze. Wait from the server, look and lose. Stay sharp or feel the bruise. Virtual heist, ain't no time to choose.
That's it.
Probably not.
He's dead. She's not talking to you.
Online she lurks, a phantom in the haze. Glitching through walls, maze within a maze. No prince charming, just a seat and sways. That loot's hers now in the cyber days. Spawning back simple, got nothing left to claim. Eyes on the prize, she's hip to the game. FTW, she whispers, it's more than just a name. She's the apex predator, and you're the joystick blues. And caught in her snooze. Wait from the server, look and lose. Stay sharp or feel the bruise. Virtual heist, ain't no time to choose. Online she lurks, a phantom in the haze. Glitching through walls, maze within a maze. No prince charming, just a seat it sways. That loot's hers now in the cyber days.
Where'd she go anyway?
I don't know. Disappeared.
Spawning back simple,
She
got
always
nothing left to
disappears.
claim. Eyes on the prize, she's hip to the game. FTW, she whispers, it's more than just a name. She's the apex predator, and you're the tame. Joystick blues, are caught in her snooze. Wait from the server, look and lose. Stay sharp or feel the bruise. Virtual heist, ain't no time to choose.
He didn't even end her stream. How inconsiderate.
Did she say she was ending it?
No, I didn't hear her.
Okay
Say
guys,
anything.
thanks for... I didn't leave yet, I was just playing you a song. That's my song out. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for the follow, the subscription.
Oh, she is ending the stream.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just playing you guys out. I usually play a song out and say, wait, hear the song, don't leave yet. People leave before the song ends. Don't leave until the song ends. So, thanks. Hey Silent, hey Agent, thanks for coming into Discord. That was fun. Trying to load ammo. Crap. That didn't work, but we'll see. Next time.
Yeah, finding out that you actually need power.
I know. We'll see. I'll have to buy some of that. And then we'll try it out next time. Okay, guys. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later. Bye.